I saw its eyes, shining white eyes, and it dove down underground.
He's a kind of knotty environmentalist called Newt Scamander, and very British, a bit awkward, not very good at social etiquette, but brilliant when it comes to dealing with beasts and creatures.
He arrives in New York, and the way he kind of, with his case full of creatures that he's saved and is looking after, because magical creatures are illegal in the magical world because they might give away that wizards exist. So he arrives in New York, and the way he kind of looks at New York is the way that perhaps Attenborough would look at an ant's nest or something. There's a kind of scrutiny and observation to it, and he's not particularly good with humans, but he's really wonderful with creatures, and he has a warm heart.
It's Jo's world. She writes the most wonderful characters and the most wonderful scenes. She writes characters, outsiders that we all can relate to. Harry, Ron, Hermione, Newt, Tina, Queenie and Jacob, they're all outsiders. And in a way, I think we all are outsiders.
You're an interesting man, Mr. Scamander. You were thrown out of Hogwarts for endangering human life.
That was an accident.
With a beast. Yet one of your teachers argued strongly against your expulsion. Now, what makes Albus Dumbledore so fond of you?
There's a lot that's familiar in that there's the light versus dark. There's the incredible friendships and characters that she creates, and the magical world. But then on the other hand, you have the 20s, you have New York City, and you have these creatures who are just like utterly wonderful.
I think the thing I'm actually proudest of is a message that is essentially about tolerance and about what happens when you are fearful and why we should not live in fear and we shouldn't live in the shadows. We should be coming out and celebrating our differences. And there's actually a really poignant and important message that's very timely.
There's a thriller quality in the midst of it, but there's also just that warmth. And I used to go and watch the Potter films for a kind of J.K. Rowling hug every year or two to dive back into that world. And I hope it has all of those elements, but with a freshness that kind of makes us think new things too. So
I want to be a wizard.